Okay, this video is going to show you how to open up Outlook, how to send an email, how to open an email, download attachments, and work on those attachments. So first, I'm going to open up Outlook by using the icon on my desktop. I'm going to double click. Okay, so my Outlook opens up. I'm already signed in, and I'm going to send an email to myself. You could choose whatever email address you would like to send it to, but I'm going to send one to myself. So I'm going to go up here to on the Home tab to New Email, click New Email, and up will pop a Compose box. Alright, so here where it says To and you see your insertion point blinking, you're going to go ahead and write the email address that you want to send who you want to send your email to. So I'm just going to write my own name in there. It pops up automatically. If you have names of people stored in the organization, they may come up automatically. So you can just type their names and they may show up. Okay, so I'm going to keep it at just one name. I don't want to CC anybody. So in other words, send it to somebody as well that it isn't prioritized for them, but they are allowed to view the context of the email. That's what a CC is. I'm going to give it a subject line of Coast Guard attachments. And now within the body of the email, it's to myself, but I'm still going to write a nice body, so I'll say good afternoon, comma, enter, and then I'll put another enter there just to create some space between my introductory line and the body of my email. So I'll say, I hope your weekend was well, and another space. Please review attached forms. Let me know if it needs any adjustments. Thank you. My name, Colette Garland. Okay, so now I'm going to put those attachments that I talked about here into this email by clicking Attach File. And I'm going to go down to Browse this PC. And I'm going to go where I need to go to find it. So you can use this scroll bar to find your best places. So desktop, downloads, documents, pictures, wherever the attachment is that you need to find, you go there. Mine are all in downloads, so I'm going to attach these 4. So I'm going to click, I could click one and choose insert, or I could select all 4 by dragging and holding on my left click on my mouse. So I click, hold, and I pull up, and I've selected more than one item at a time, and I will choose the insert button. Now I just have to wait a few moments for those to attach, make sure they're attached, and you'll see them show up here where it says attached, just underneath the subject line. Alright, I think we're all good to go. I'm going to click the send button. Okay. Now I'm going to wait a few moments, because when it is sent through, which usually takes about 10 seconds, and then, there we go, sometimes a little less, it will pop up here in my inbox. So my inbox is showing 1 in a bold number, which means that's one that's unread. It's bolded because it's not read yet. So I'll click on it to read it. If I clicked outside of that, it's now been read, it's been opened, so it isn't bolded anymore. Okay, so I've sent this email to myself. I could choose to reply or reply all. All will include if there was anybody else's name in that CC box that we had looked at. Or I could forward it, so I could send the attachments here on to somebody else that hasn't seen it yet. Okay, so good afternoon. I hope your weekend was well. Please review attached forms. Let me know if it needs any adjustments. Thank you, Colette Garland. Okay, so Colette Garland sent this email to me. Here's an attachment here. I could just click right here and it would show a preview of that attachment. And this same thing happens if you click on either one of these. They will show previews. However, if you want to download them to your computer, you'll click on this little arrow on the right hand side of the attachment and you'll click and you will say Save As, and you'll give it a name. You could choose Save All Attachments, but I'm going to show you how to do one at a time. Save As. Alright, so you pick your place where you want that to go. So say I want documents. I'll choose documents here from my navigation pane, and I'm going to keep it with the same name. I don't need to change it. And then I'll choose Save. Alright, so now that's saved in my Documents folder. I'm going to go one by one. So clicking the drop down here, Save As, keeping with the same name, I'm going to go up and click Documents. See how this one has been saved? Alright, we'll click Save. I'm going to do it again. Drop down, Save As. I'm going to go up, find my folder. Alright, so that one has also been saved, my last one. I don't need to change the name, so I'll just click Save. Alright, last one. Click this drop down, Save As. I'm going to go up, find my documents. I see that that one has saved. We're all good. I don't need to change the name. Save. Okay, so I have just saved all 4 of these attachments. Perfect. Now I need to go and I need to edit them, save them, and send them back. So what we're going to do is we're going to close or minimize, actually. If you hover over this white bar right here, you'll see minimize. So I'm going to minimize that down. It goes down to my taskbar down here. And I'm going to open up a Word document. Okay, so I'm going to find my File Explorer, which is the yellow folder with a blue pin. And I'm going to click and open that up. And I'm going to go to my Documents. And here they all are, the ones that I had saved. And I'm going to open up one of these so that I can change it. Alright, so I'm going to edit this document now. Now that I've double-clicked and opened it up from my File Explorer where I had saved it as an attachment from that email, we are going to open, it opens automatically in Home, which is where most of your tools are going to be. All right here. This is going to be your bread and butter. You're going to change your font here if you need to. You're going to change the size of your font here if you need to. You're going to center align, left align the words on the page, right align the words on the page. And you can bold, italicize the letters, or underline them. That's most of the important things you're going to learn here. Okay, so you can see that this is a little bit of a lighter color than this one here because this is a header. If you want to edit the header, there's a couple ways to do it. You can double click inside and it lights this up and this becomes gray. And if you'll notice, it opens up header and footer tools here, which are new tools that you don't see when you're in the regular body of the document. To get there, that's one way. Double click, opens it up. That's the quickest way. That's the way I use. You could go to Layout. There we go. Insert. Even I have to poke around sometimes to find some things. Alright, so it's in Insert, and here's going to be where you put your tables in there, but these tables are already here. You probably won't need to insert any of your own. Then we get to move all the way over here and find headers and footers. So if I click header and I choose edit header here at the bottom, the same thing pops up. So it's just a few extra steps to get there than just that double click, but you're in the same place. So light station, St. John's. So you just put your insertion point in there, type in whatever your light station number is or name, and then you can just close header and footer, or you can double click outside here. That will bring you back as well. Okay, so you choose, again, write down your light station, St. John's, and I'm noticing that the line here is moving down. So in order to get rid of that line, you can hit the delete key on your keyboard a couple of times to get rid of that line. That's an underscore is what that's called. I have it in the Quick Steps book to show you how to find the delete key on your keyboard. The date, today's date is September 20th. I'm going to delete a couple of those lines. All right, and the time is 4 p.m. Now I'm going to again hit my delete key to get rid of a couple of those lines. All right. Now the fuel levels incoming 5,000 liters. Okay, so I've written in some text and it's dropped it down. You can leave it that way if you want, or you can make this text a little tinier to fit on one line. So I've highlighted it the same way I highlighted all those attachments to insert at one time. So I'm going to left click right here, hold and drag it over all of this till I get what I want. Let go of my mouse, and I have some quick tools that pop up here. These are convenient, but if you hover over it too far away, it'll disappear and not come back once you go back. That's not a problem. You can just come right up here, and those quick tools are just these right here. They just, like I said, they're your bread and butter, so they're going to show up whenever you have to deal with font. So say I want to make those a little tinier, I could hit this decrease font size button, or I could just hit this little drop down right here and choose a smaller number if I want to do that. Okay, so that's how you change font size. And this is bolded. Maybe I don't want to keep this bolded, so I'm going to highlight, and I'm going to use my quick tools bar now. This is grayed out, meaning it is chosen. So if I click once, left click on my mouse once, you can see it's not grayed out anymore and it isn't bolded anymore. Alright, so now I'm just going to keep clicking in each cell that I need to edit and write in the numbers that need to be written in here. Same here, your incoming initials, outgoing initials for those that are on duty. And then your notes down here, same thing with that underscore. So if you start typing, you're going to get that extra line. You can hit your delete key if you want to keep the lines there. Another way to do this, if you didn't want to do the delete key, you could come to the end of the lines, left click, hold, highlight all these lines until you get just up to the semicolon, and then you could hit your backspace key, and then you could just type the notes in that you want. That's gibberish, I know. Alright, and then you could continue on after you get your note written. You can just continue on with writing whatever else you need by clicking in each one of these cells and typing whatever it is you need. Now I noticed these are all center aligned. Once I click inside the cell, you see that that line blinks in the middle. So when I start typing, it'll be right in the center there. So this is just going to show you guys how this is done. If you wanted to see this is middle center aligned, you could change it to right aligned, and then you'll notice that that's right aligned. And this is center, and this is, my goodness, this is left aligned, sorry. This is center, and this is right aligned. Okay, so this is how it was originally. I'm going to leave it like that. Alright, and you would just continue on filling in your cells. And then the same thing, you could write your note here, or you could highlight, backspace, and then type the note out the way that you would like to write it out without those lines. Again, those lines are called underscores, and if you wanted to work your note with those in, I'm just going to hit this undo. Very useful tool if you've done something and you're like, uh-oh, that's not what I wanted to do. You can go up to this little backwards arrow, click, keep clicking until you get back to what it was you had before that you accidentally got rid of or did something that you didn't want to do. Very useful little tool that fella is. Alright, so say I'm done. I have written up what I need to write up. I've finished filling in all of my cells, written all the notes down, created my handoff document, Wonderful. Okay, so I'm happy with this. I'm going to save it. I'm going to send it back to the person who sent it to me. So I've made some changes. If I go straight to the close button, I'm going to get this little button, this little window show up here asking, you have made some changes. Do you want to save your changes to Operations Change of Command Form? I don't want to save the name, change the name of this fella. So I'm just going to hit the Save button. When I hit Save, it'll automatically save this document as it is in my Documents folder, and then I can open it right back up and it's been changed. Another way that we can save it is to go to our little floppy disk right here and hit the Save button. And now if I go to close it, it'll just close down automatically because it's been saved. I don't want to do that just yet. I'll show you a third way. Third way to save it, click File, Save. Save as is if I wanted to change the name. I don't want to change the name, so I'm just going to go Save. Alright, so it's been saved a bunch of times. We're going to head over to our X and we're going to close down this document. There we go. Now these are ones I had open in the background. Alright, so I have it saved now. If I open up my... Okay, so I just had some extra windows open. I'm going to close those down now. And I'm going to open my Outlook up again. I minimized it so it's still down on my taskbar, but I will show you another way to get onto Outlook. You can type in the search bar here, Outlook, and you can find it here and choose Open. Or you can click on your Start menu and you can find it in this alphabetical list of programs that are installed on your computer. Outlook here, and click once and it will open it up as well. Now I've got two opened up. I'm going to close one down. I just wanted to show you how to do that. Alright, so now I'm going to create a new email and make an attachment. So I'm going to go home. I'm going to go to New Email. Again, I'm going to type in the name of the person I want to send it to. Subject, completed forms. I'm not CCing anybody extra on this one, so I don't need to type anybody's email in here. Okay, so good morning. Say I didn't get back to them until the next morning. Thank you for your attached forms. These are the completed versions. Please let me know if there is anything else I can do for you. Thank you, Colette Garland. Alright, now I'm going to go and attach file and browse this PC. I'm going to go back to Documents and I can see that I've changed them. So the time that I've been editing at 4:33 is the most recent one. So I'm going to click on this fella, Operations, and just to make sure that that's the one that I had changed, I'm going to click Open just to make sure. Okay, that's St. John, September 20th. Alright, so that is the one that I had changed. Perfect. I'm going to close it down. Perfect. So I always double check whatever attachment I send. I make sure that it's the one that needs to go. This is also really good for confidentiality as well. Okay, so I've got my I've got my subject, I've got my attachment, and my body of my email with my signature line here. So wonderful. I'm now going to click Send. Now again, that's going to my own email, so we're going to wait about 10 seconds and it should show up as a new email. There we go. Perfect. There it is. Wonderful. Okay, so now throughout this video you've learned how to open up Word, Outlook, how to create a new email, save attachments, add attachments, save and close Word documents, and now I'm going to close down Outlook. Alright, so I'm done with this for the day. I'm going to head home. Actually, I'm going to show you one last thing. So as you can see, this is bolded because it just came in and I clicked on it. It hasn't been read yet as unread. It hasn't registered that it has been read. So it's still showing in a bolded font right there. So if I click out here, you'll see that change from bolded to a regular font, which means it's now been read, and the inbox isn't showing any bolded letter numbers there. Alright, so now I'm done with that. I've sent off the forms that need to be sent. Good stuff. I'm going to sign off for the day. So I'm going to click this X in the corner here, and that's close. So I'm going to close my Outlook down. Okay, great. So now that I've closed it, it's disappeared off my taskbar. And if I want to bring it back up again, I have to double click on it as an icon here, or again, look for it in my Start menu. Okay. Alright, so that is a quick example of everything enmeshed in one. I hope this video was instructional for you.